Alright, this is my friend's Blackwing deck here. This is not my build, and I plan on making a Blackwing deck sort of like this, which I will show in the future, but it's going to take me a little time because I have no Blackwing cards whatsoever, except for Blackwing Dragon, of course. Um, he has three Sirocco the Dons, which I'm probably going to run in mine also. Basically, you can pump a Blackwing, and it's a good 2000 beat stick, and it can be normal summoned if your opponent controls a monster and you don't, sort of like Cyber Dragon. And then he has two Mistrals, the Silver Shields. Basically, what it does is whenever it's destroyed, you take 0 damage off your next attack. It's also a 2-star tuner. And then he also has two Blizzards of the Far North. Whenever it's normal summoned, you can bring back Blackwing from your graveyard and special summon it. He also has three Shuras of the Blue Flames. Basically, when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can special summon a Blackwing from your deck with 1500 or less attack. He also has three Bora the Spear, Bora the Spears, which I terribly hate because they totally annihilate my Marshmallow and Spirit Reaper in my burn deck because they pierce. And yeah, they can be special summoned if you control another Blackwing on the field. He also runs three Kalutes, pretty much an awesome powerhouse of the deck. Sort of like an Honest. You can drop it, and the monster that's either attacking or is attacked gains 1400 attack and until the end phase. He also runs two Karibos, which you can pitch from your hand to take 0 battle damage. He mainly has this card in here, the Synchro monster, which I will explain to you later. He also has a Breeze the Zephyr. When you bring this card from the deck to the hand, by an effect, you can special summon it. It's a 3-star Wing Beast Tuner. Gale, gold rare. Um, Basically, you can half the attack of a monster that your opponent controls by half until the end of the duel. So that's pretty hurtful. 3-star tuner. He has a Gores, which pretty much you can special summon from your hand to the field if you get attacked or if you take effect damage. If you take effect damage, you can deal the effect damage right back, or if you take battle damage, you can special summon a token with the same attack as the damage you took. Then he has Dad, Dark Arm Dragon. You can only special summon if you have 3 or more darks in your grave, exactly 3 darks in your graveyard. I apologize about that. And you can special summon it you can remove 1 dark from your graveyard from play to destroy 1 card on the field. Good 2800 beat stick. Elfin the Raven. Um, if if you control a Blackwing monster, you can normal summon this without tributing. And when it's normal summon, you can change the position of 1 monster your opponent controls. And then the last monster, Vayu the Emblem of Honor. Basically, this card can be used to synchro from the graveyard, but when it does, you remove Vayu from play. 1-star tuner. Alright, let's move on to spells. Monster Reborn, kinda obvious. Bring back a monster from either player's graveyard. Book of Moon. He only basically you flip a monster into face down defense. Really good card. You can stop an attack with this. Negate an effect like Lightning Vortex, stuff like that. And he also runs 2 MSTs. Let's see, right here, 2 MSTs. Good for taking out spells like spells and traps like Call the Haunted, My Dark Room and Nightmare, Wave Motion Cannons. I know all the references I'm using is Burn, but that's my favorite deck, so I'm going to. Black Whirlwind, basically, when a Blackwing is normal summoned to your side of the field, you can add 1 Blackwing from your deck to the hand that has less attack than the monster. He runs 1 of those. He also runs 1 Smashing Ground. which destroys one monster on your opponent's side of the field with the highest defense. He also runs one Dark Eruption, which adds one dark monster with 15 or less attack from the graveyard to the hand. He also runs an Allure of Darkness. You draw 2 cards, and then you remove one dark monster from your hand from play. And if you can't remove a dark monster, all cards in your hand go to the graveyard. Next is Dark Hole. Kind of obvious, just destroys all monsters on the field, just a huge nuke. My Body as a Shield, good against Bottomlesses, Gravekeeper's Descendants, cards like that. He basically pays 1,500 life points to negate and destroy that card. Gold Sarco, you choose a card in your monster in your deck. Oh, I'm sorry, one card in your deck, remove it from play, and then 2 standby phases, you get it back to the field. But yeah, or to your hand, my bad. Pot of Avarice, you send 5 monsters from your graveyard back into your deck, and then you shuffle and draw 2 cards. And then Swords, uh, need for any deck. Basically, your opponent can attack for 3 turns. And let's move on to traps. All right, he is running a one Call the Haunted, which helps to bring back synchros, tuners, stuff like that. He also runs 3 Icarus attacks. He also has a nice little colored one in the middle. Here you can have a closer look at that. Basically, what you do is you tribute 1 winged beast monster on your side of the field and destroy 2 cards on the field. Really good card for Blackwings. He runs 2 to Bottomlesses. Basically, when your opponent summons, normal summons, special summons, or flip summons a monster on his side of the field with 1,500 more attack, you activate this to destroy and remove the said monster. Really good card. And then he also runs a Torrential. Basically, whenever a monster is normal summon, flip summon, special summon, whatever, just plain summoned, you can activate this to destroy all cards on the field. He also runs a Delta Crow Anti-Reverse, which if if you control exactly 3 Blackwing monsters, it can be activated from the hand. Destroy all face down spell and traps your opponent controls. Basically, a really good heavy storm for face downs on your opponent's side. And Draw of Greed. Just draw a card. Let's move on to the extra deck. Alright, let's start off with Scrap Archfiend. 7-star Beast Stick with 2,700 attack, 18 defense. Good 7-star. Iron Chain Dragon, 6-star, has 2,500 attack. If it deals battle damage to your opponent, you mill top 3 cards of their deck to the graveyard. Gaia, Force of Earth, 6-star, 2,600 beat stick. Ally of Justice Cataster, 5-star with 2,200 attack. If it attacks a non-dark monster, you instantly destroy that without damage calculation. Stardust Dragon, really classical card. You can if a effect is active, like a spell, trap, monster card is activated, you can pitch it to the graveyard and then get it back at the end phase to negate and destroy that card. Blackwing Dragon, really good against burn decks. What you can do with this is you place a black feather counter on it. Every time the taker takes effect damage from the burn card, and for each black feather counter on this card, he loses 700 attack. And you can get rid of all the black feather counters on this card to have one monster your opponent controls lose 700 attack for each black feather counter. Blackwing Armwinged, another classical Blackwing. Piercer, and it's a 6-star Piercer. And it gains 500 attack during the damage step if attacking the defense position monster. Blackwing Armor Master, really classical, need for any Blackwing deck. It can't be destroyed by battle, and you take no battle damage from battles involving it. And if it attacks a monster, You can place a wedge counter on it, and the monster at the end of the damage step. And I can remove all wedge counters from your opponent's monsters to reduce the attack and defense of each monster that had a wedge counter to 0 until the end phase. Blackwing Armor Master. Goyo Guardian, pretty classical, 2800. Really good broken card, 6-star synchro. Has 2800 attack, and whenever it destroys one of your opponent's monsters, you have a choice to put it on your side of the field into defense position, which you can also change to attack and then attack with it. And the last one, which is why he needs the Karibos, is Blackwing Silverwind the Ascendant. I don't even know what this card does. When it's synchro summoned, you can select and destroy up to 2 face-up monsters on the field with defense lower than this card's attack. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. The next time a Blackwing monster you control would be destroyed by battle during your opponent's turn, it is not destroyed. The effect only happens once. It is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-star with 2000 attack and 2000 defense. Ultimate rare. Get a good look at that. Alright, that's his deck, and have comments. If you have any advice for him, go ahead and post it, and he'll gladly take it. Thank you.